to just another. Oh, I'm still having trouble with my new names for my lives. Hi, and welcome to just another Monday with Connie. I want to say live with Connie still.
Uh,
But anyway, my guest star today is Spring with Spring the Fiber Enthusiast. And how are you
Hello,
doing?
hello.
How are you doing today, Spring?
I am good. How about you, Connie?
I'm doing good. And let's
Great.
see, we have Tank, Ashley, Colleen, Sharon, Sid, and I think that's everybody so far. How are y'all doing and what are y'all working on? Yep, we have Spring in the house today.
And you know I've got coffee.
I always love, like, if y'all don't know, Spring posts these pictures on Facebook with her coffee cup and and usually her knitting, and I always love seeing the pictures she posts. She has like, sometimes it's like really cute or beautiful coffee cups.
It's all about the morning coffee, is what it is. Coming to a virtual table, if you will, to have coffee together with my friends in the morning. That's what it's about.
Oh, and Roberta joined us too. How are
Oh.
you doing today, Roberta? My gnome queen. And what are you working on right now? And Colleen says she's doing a which way fillet, her third one, and she sent me
Mm,
pictures of the donuts. Yes. Um,
nice.
yeah, I did view it real quick before the live, and it looks so cute. And that's one thing. Y'all can start sending y'all pictures now for the next finished projects video. The next one will be on June 15th. So I
Fantastic.
want to share with y'all some fun Monday facts since it's a Monday. Okay, there's a study that was done in 2011 that showed the average person moans for 34 minutes on a Monday compared to the 22 minutes on other days. So who's a Monday moaner?
I think that's the I don't want to get out of bed moan.
Just another manic Monday.
Right? Good tune.
And another interesting fact is on Mondays, almost 50% of employees are late to work.
Yeah, I can see that.
So was anyone late to work today?
Or who called in?
And also, Mondays is actually the best day to buy a new core because
Oh,
most
yeah.
people go core shopping over the weekends, and Mondays is a slower day. So the salesmen or saleswomen have more time with the customers where you're more likely to get a better deal.
Okay.
At least this is according to a website I went to this morning. And my next interesting fact to share is in 2012 and 2018, there were 53 Mondays in the year. And this won't happen again until 2024. And the final interesting fact is, and I find this fascinating. Supposedly Mondays are the least rainy day of the week. And supposedly scientists don't know why.
Well, it's poured here today.
But I mean, I've never really noticed that or paid attention. But then I'm sure
No.
that they're probably taking facts from like different areas too. And you know,
Yeah, a
let's see,
generalized.
we have Passamaquoddy Sid that joined us. Also Amber. How are y'all doing? And what are y'all working on? Roberta's working on the little green man that you see a lot around Christmas time.
Mm.
And Colleen started Christmas gifts last week. Nice.
It's never
And
too early.
Tank says, I'm old, I moan all the time.
Right, Tank?
Roberta says late to work because we spent so much time moaning. Now Sharon says where she's at it's pouring, so the Monday rain thing kind of goes out of the window there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Bailey joined us too. Hi, Bailey. How are you and what
Hi,
are you
Miss
working
Bailey.
on? Ashley says, I have yarn by the brand Yarn Bee, and it's jumbo size yarn, and it's the recommended crochet hook size. It's 25 millimeters. What do you think I could make with it? Let's
Hmm.
see. I don't do as much with like the jumbo size yarn, like like the number 5 weighted and all, and number 6 weighted. Um,
I tend to go the other way myself.
I'm thinking maybe a beanie.
25 years.
Maybe a beanie. And I always say beanies. Usually my
Well,
go-to is shawls or beanies.
these slippers are made with a 5 or 6. It was the quick, what is it? Woolies, quick, thick, and quick, or whatever. And it was 1 ball per slipper. I
So
mean,
that's an idea too.
there's
Sid
comfy house.
Sid finally got her order from Hobie on Saturday, so I'm getting my slipper orders done up. Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, that order took forever for her to get.
It's been bad.
Roberta wants to turn her green man into an alien. And Colleen saying Amy's are cute and bulky yarn. So that's another idea.
Mm.
And she also says shawl and beanie, which I don't think she'd have enough for a shawl though. And Sid says they still have to send me a replacement. The bag cakes were missing, but they are replacing this order has been a huge pain in the booty.
Imagine.
Yeah, you've been dealing with them for quite a while on that. Ashley says I got the yarn for my birthday. Awesome.
Nice.
Roberta saying this would do well for a tummy time blanket for babies. And Sid says spinning and trying to get caught up on some channels. Awesome. Colleen says it's amigurumi May. Oh, okay. I guess you're making a lot of amigurumis for the month of May. And Daphne's here. Hi, Daphne. How are you doing today? And what are you working on? So I'm gonna let Spring go ahead and tell y'all more about herself and her channel. Um, in case there is anyone that's not familiar with her, someone watching on replay that isn't, and y'all may also learn something new about her. You never know.
Hi, everybody. My name is Spring, and I'm the fiber enthusiast. I spin yarn, I weave, and when I talk about spinning yarn, I drop spindle. I use my flax spinning wheel, an electric spinning wheel, a bumblebee spinning wheel, multiple different ways of spinning, even a Turkish drop spindle as well. I weave many different ways. Some weaving that I do is on a large loom, and then some is on inkle, so an inkle loom. uh, knitting, crocheting, tatting. uh, this was the last spin that I did live. I
Ooh,
plied this
pretty.
together. Green! And then that was the last drop spindle I did. And I also am a pattern designer for all of the above. Currently working on a pattern for my mom, which is a keyhole scarf. This yarn is all yarn that is hand spun by me. And get it right side facing. Down one whole side is cables, and then it goes into lace.
Beautiful.
Thank you. That's all hand spun by me. And we have 90 acres on top of a mountain, farmland, uh, horses and dogs and chickens and ducks and, all kinds of things going on. Right now we have a couple of yearling bears that seem to come and visit quite often.
I always love seeing your animal pictures.
Yeah, and the
I need to
wild
do
deer and turkey.
I need to do another pet video soon. It's been a while.
It's fun to have all of the different, walks of life. Yeah, we have cats too, but you know, they're
I,
lower on my priority. It's the dogs and the bigger animals.
and I love seeing like where people like send pictures that it's not like your typical pets like cats
Right,
and dogs, you know
right.
where you see some of
Hmm.
like horses or goats or ducks,
Or deer, or wild turkey, or the bear.
turkeys.
Yeah.
Let's see, where did I leave off at? I lost my place.
Amigurumi May, I think, is where you were
Yeah.
stopped.
Daphne says she's lurking. Ashley says that the yarn is the same yarn that I posted pictures on the Just Another Stitch group on Facebook. Okay. And that is one thing too. I do have a Facebook group. For those that don't know, it's called Just Another Stitch. It has the same logo as my channel logo. And Night drops a link sometimes too. So if y'all not a if y'all haven't joined my Facebook group, I would love to have you. And that's another place that you can share pictures of your makes and all. And I'll post, I'll post in there too, like when I have a new video up and other channel announcements, stuff like that. Okay. And you already just told everyone about yourself. Let's see. Oh, we have Erica that joined us. Hi, Erica. How are you today and what are you working on? And Frank has the dropsies in the background.
Hi, Frank.
Sorry. He, give me just a minute. He wants something from me. Which one?
Thank you, guys. You guys are very kind.
Here it is. Sorry. Sorry about that, y'all. Um,
West Virginia.
sorry, y'all. Frank's not feeling too good right now, and he just told me he's going to the emergency room.
Oh, no. Do you need to
I think
stop?
I no, I'm fine.
Okay.
I think he had like the doctor recently had prescribed him a medication for his back, and
Hmm.
he's been having reactions to the medicine.
I hate that. He's got enough going on that he don't need to deal with that, too. I hope he feels better. If they get him straight.
So evidently he must have started feeling bad again. Because this morning he seemed to be fine.
Hmm.
So, but it's like I know like he was getting like stomach pains
Mm.
around like his liver and kidney area. And
Yeah.
but that seemed to have resided. So,
If
but
you need to go and be with him, please, we can do this any other time, Connie.
it should be fine because I pretty much
Yay.
the emergency room will probably just kind of check him out and then he'll be right back home.
Okay.
So
Well, our
it's
prayers
not
are
like
with him.
something that they're gonna admit him for, you know.
Right. Right.
But
You know your husband.
okay, so Erica's asking about your spinning yarn.
uh, Spin your own yarn.
So you
Yes.
spin your own yarn, yeah.
Not all of it. Of course, I use, Red Heart and different yarn, but yes,
Tank says she spins her dog hair too.
I do. I do.
I know,
Yep.
like whenever I crochet and knit, my hair, and my cat's fur tends to get in my makes.
Yeah.
Between
Yeah. Well,
oh,
no,
my hair
I'll
sheds.
grab it.
What was that?
I'll grab it. The dog hair.
Sure, he's fine to drive. You know, it's just more. I think he's tired of it acting up with him, but he's okay to drive. And we have Julia that joined us, and Zola and Roseanne. How are y'all doing, and what are y'all working on?
This is actually the white is my Marama dogs, and the brown is alpaca, and
Ooh,
that's all hand
pretty,
spun. But yeah, it's my dog hair.
pretty.
It's soft. It's really soft.
And let's see. Roberta says, I really want to learn to spin. I watched my mom years and years and years ago, but never had the opportunity. We had to leave a lot behind when we ran away from home.
Yeah.
And let's see. Colleen says, I have a Lewitt I spin on. I probably said that wrong. Did I say
You
it
you were
right?
close enough.
And Colleen wants to know what state is your mountain in.
The southern part of West Virginia.
Ooh, and Roseanne started a mosaic square to make a handbag. Ooh, nice.
Nice.
And Erica's working on an Orgal color pooling blanket and getting ready to film a new blanket tour.
Very nice.
Roberta wants a mountain lair. But yeah, thank y'all for keeping Frank in y'all prayers. But like I said, he's okay enough to drive and all, and if something would happen, he would call me. So, you know, he feels bad enough to go to the emergency room, but it's not like it's like a major, a major emergency or something like that. But and then too, I kind of wonder too if maybe the heat's getting to him too. But
Possibly.
but yeah, he should be okay, overall. And let's see, we have Chris and Dana that joined us,
Hey
and Cindy
guys.
Lou. We got Cindy Lou Who in the house.
Woohoo.
How are y'all doing, and what are y'all working on? Okay, let's see. Um, Erica wants to know where you get the fibers to spin.
The last order I put in, Dana's Wanderlust. has me spinning for some hanks up for her. And I ordered the fibers, wool of the Andes, 100% merino from Knit Picks. It depends on what I'm looking for and who has the best price. There's Paradise Fibers. There's a girl in Montana that I buy Icelandic wool from. There's a lot of different places that sell fiber. You just have to type in roving, spit for spinning in different places.
Roberta says, I'm losing my hair. Maybe I'll just shave it and store it with that.
There you go.
My hair has been, I've always had thin hair, but
Mm-hmm.
it's thinner than what it used to be.
Right.
And I always laugh because it's like, I always find my hair everywhere. Even Frank's like, how did your hair get here? I don't know.
Through the dryer. Blame it on the dryer.
And let's see. Julia's working on a chevron stitch knit blanket.
Nice.
They're actually saying the yarn that she has is size 7. But
Oh, wow.
see, I would probably do something like either like the slippers, like what Spring was showing, or a beanie.
So is it roving size 7 or does it actually have twist to it size 7?
And let's see. Oh, Julia's working on the knit chevron blanket that I was helping her out with the other day. Ooh, sweet.
Very cool.
I want to see it when you're done. Really, I want to see everything when people get done with it. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
Sharon says 3 things on the go: bod blanket, a Tunisian shawl, and bod's Japanese knot bag. Sweet.
Nice.
And let's see. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to
The
ask
person
Frank.
that was doing the mosaic for a bag, is it mosaic knit or mosaic crochet? I did want to know that.
So let's ask Spring some yarny questions. So what made you decide to start your channel?
I've been crocheting for a lot of years since I was basically 5. Mom taught me and to finger crochet, and after that I kind of took it up on my own. I don't know. I was sharing a lot of my works with Katrina's Creations podcast. And she kept telling me to start a channel. You need a channel. You need a channel. And I'm like, I don't know about all that. And finally, I just did it. And she was like, oh my gosh. Basically, that was it. It was just, I shocked everybody, including myself. I just threw out my first video. And the 26th of next month, I'll be podcasting and tutorial making for a year.
And what's your favorite thing to crochet and or knit?
Usables. Knit, like washcloths, something that you can use over and over and over and over again and are handy. Crochet, if I want to whip up something fast, I say fast, but whip up something that's usable, it would be like an Afghan or a top, just like a summer top or something.
Speaking of summer tops, I'm going to be sharing some free patterns that I found on Ravelry for some summer tops today. So let's see. We also have Anita that joined us. Hi, Anita. How are you doing today? And what are you working on? Okay. And what has been the most challenging thing you've made?
Yeah, think on that one. There is one. I'm just trying to remember which specific thing it was, and I was so aggravated. I just was like, okay, time to walk away and do something different for a while. I think when I started the peg looms, trying to do that was probably one of the most aggravating things I have ever dealt with in my entire life. To sit there and get so far and then poof, they all pop off. It's like, no. I finally was like, okay, I'm done. I have to learn to knit.
So what are some of your favorite yarns?
Ooh. Aside from my own that I've spun, um, hmm, that's another good one. I like Hobby Lobby used to have a mix that was an alpaca mix, and I liked it. And a lot of people didn't because it has a halo, a halo on it, and it would grab on itself as you tried to frog it out. A
Mm,
lot of people didn't like it, but I love it. I absolutely loved it. Um, I think they discontinued it or changed it. Uh, Other than that, I would probably go with some type of cotton, 100% cotton, something versatile, versatile.
and where's your favorite places to buy yarn?
um, haven't bought yarn in a while. Um, hmm. Only thing that we have here local is Hobby Lobby and Walmart. And it's hard for me to order online, uh, simply because I want it, I want to look at, I want to see it. I want it here. I want to see it. So I do have a hard time ordering online. Um, if I had to pick one online, I would go with Hobie. Their sock yarn.
Yeah,
That would be my favorite to order online.
Hobie has gorgeous yarn. I love their
Hmm.
universe one, the sparkly ones.
Yes, yeah, they are pretty. They have beautiful yarn.
I know. It's like I still want to catch that yarn when it goes on sale again.
Uh-huh. I'd
Probably,
love to order more.
and hopefully they have a good deal for Black Friday.
Ooh, yeah, I seen the last ones were beautiful.
And let's see, Melanie joined us. Hi, Melanie. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? Okay, so I'm going to get into some of the 23 non Yorny things about me questions. So I want to hear everyone's answers to these. And continuing where we left off from the last live. Um, so what is everyone's favorite pizza topping? So what's yours, Spring?
Pineapples and anchovies. I'm the weird one.
Yeah, those are the two toppings that I do not like.
Yeah, I'm the strange one. I admit it. I know.
It's like I think I like everything but that.
Yep. Yep.
But for me, I like Canadian bacon. That's one of my favorites, and also
That's
shrimp.
good.
Shrimp
Mm.
on a pizza is good. And there's this restaurant that is in Homa and Thibodeau in Louisiana, and I'm originally from Homa. And they had a jambalaya pizza, and this
Mm.
pizza is awesome. And if you ever have a chance to eat a jambalaya pizza, you gotta try it. And the restaurant was called Peppers that had them. And I did find a recipe online for a jambalaya pizza, which don't get me wrong, it's good, but peppers was better. Okay, Colleen is asking, is Hobie ever discount shipping? Um, I've never actually ordered from them before, but I do know a lot of times if you go online and you do like a Google search of whatever store coupon code, you can typically find coupon codes. Now, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but you just got to kind of play around. Do you know if they offer deals on their shipping?
Um, I want to say once that I remember, they had a free shipping for a certain price, but it was lower than their normal price, or maybe they hiked the price, something like that. But it was free shipping when on an order of so much. That's about all I know that they've done.
But yeah, eventually I'm finally going to order from there. Like I said, when I can catch a good sale, because I want me some of that universe yarn. I'd probably make some beautiful shawls with it. Let's see.
Um, oh, sorry. Do you
Go
mind
ahead.
if I answer her question on that Jumbo 7? She sent me a picture.
Okay, that's fine.
I would use it with what you have and what you're showing, the external bliss, that is like a solid large blanket yarn. I would make a pillow with it. To be honest, that's what I would make with it. That's my suggestion.
Let's see, we have Brenda that joined us. Hi, Brenda. How are you doing today? And what are you working on? And Tank saying that she thinks the more you order, the better the shipping is too for Hobie. So let's see. Colleen says Canadian bacon and pineapple. Bailey says bacon and onions. Sydney says everything but anchovies.
The kitchen sink.
But you don't hear often that people like anchovies on a pizza.
Not anymore.
And Roberta says black olives and mushrooms, extra cheese. Tank says tomato, basil, and black olives.
Mm.
Roberta says your first is always the best pizza. And let's see. Bailey says we call that a vegetarian pizza here. And they also add sun-dried tomatoes too.
Hmm.
And Brenda is working on another caterpillar. And that caterpillar was so cute. And for those that haven't seen the finished projects video I posted yesterday, there's pictures of that caterpillar in that video.
Is that the one where it's like a different stitch here and there or a different color?
I'm not sure
Pick
about this.
five or something like that. What was the name of it?
I'm not so much
Mixing.
sure about what stitches are used on that one. But it's like it's so cute, the amigurumi.
They are cute. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I remember seeing it. They are cute.
Let me try to bring up the picture real quick.
Okay.
Let me find it.
Mix and pick or something like that
Let's see.
is what I'm thinking of.
Okay. I'm just going to show the front view of it to make it easy. But that's what it looks like.
Oh, okay. No, it's not the one that I'm thinking of. That's cute, though.
I know it's so cute.
Very cute.
Okay. And Roberta's asking if Brenda used a pattern for the caterpillar.
It's super cute.
And Sid says, my grandson's slippers seem to be taking forever. Bigfoot himself, size 13.
My goodness.
So my next question for everybody is, what is your favorite pastime that's not yorny? So what is your Spring?
To go sit in complete dead and utter silence in the woods, except for the animals. No signal, no traffic, no nothing. Just go to the back 50 and hang out in the woods with the wildlife and make everything else go away.
For me, I like cooking. I like playing around with different recipes.
Mm.
Um, I love my kitchen gadgets. Then I also like watching like TV and movies. I love me some Lifetime. I like watching true crime. Um, let's see. I love going to yard sales. That's another one.
Those were fun where I grew up. They were actual yard sales. Where we're at now, we have professional yard salers. So they collect and sell it for big bucks. Yeah.
But it's
Not a yard sale.
like I haven't gone to any yard sales recently. But
Yeah.
but me and Frank used to go like every Saturday morning. Well, that is if there were any. Because
I miss those in flea
sorry,
markets. Sorry.
our area doesn't get that many yard sales.
Hmm. That's
Not like
the
how like some areas get.
right.
I mean, sometimes there's only like one, and then one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, we have Bree and Amanda that joined us. How are y'all doing, and what are y'all working on? So Roberta also likes to cook. Ashley likes to play on Minecraft on her iPad. Yeah, Frank used to be into Minecraft.
Hmm.
Um, one time he was playing online, and some kids were playing with him, and this is before he knew like to protect his stuff in the game.
Uh-huh.
So the little kids were like taking his stuff.
Poor Frank.
It was too funny. I
I
you know
bet.
I always pick on him about that.
That is really funny.
These kids are taking all my stuff. Colleen says crafting with grandkids, mountain hikes, gardening. Oops, my chat jumped. Colleen says house plants. Nice. Okay, and that pattern from Brenda, it's a free pattern from Pinterest and it's called Caterpillar.
There you go.
And Sid says, I like Spring's idea, but I am homebound, so I settled for canning and gardening.
There you go. That's peaceful too.
Roberta says, going to the woods for silence isn't a hobby, it's self preservation.
Exactly.
And let's see.
Block the mechanisms.
Okay, so the next question is, what is your favorite TV series?
Days of Our Lives is the only thing that I have religiously watched since I was little itty bitty. Other than that, it's come and go. So
I, I I've always been like with soap operas. I always like the CBS soap operas. Guiding
yeah,
Light. Which I miss Guiding Light, but it was better back in the day. And then
Days is the only one. Only.
Young and the Restless, the Bold and the Beautiful. But I haven't watched those in quite some time though.
They're
But
still the same. You turn them on, you'll catch up in about, 2 or 3 days. You'll be back up to speed.
they're so predictable. You can see what's
Right.
happening.
Yes, yes.
Like, yep, that's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
But like for TV series, I love me some Grey's Anatomy. Um, then I like This Is Us, which I don't like that this is the final season.
Right, right.
But I did feel like the last season, I felt like they sped through it too much.
I
Uh,
felt like they were grabbing, trying to find something to hold on to continue. That's where I felt they were.
because I felt like they've rushed this last season.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't know. I mean, I did feel like there was more story that they could have told, um, but you know, but that was always a really good show, and I don't want to give away any spoilers to those that may not be like caught up on it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there is something that, well, you saw it coming last season, but
Yep.
it was kind of a disappointment that they did that.
Everything that they have done so far in up into this point, they have showed in the previews for this season. So it's not that
Yeah,
bad.
but that storyline there, and it has to do with Kate, Kate
Hmm.
and Toby. Well, I'm kind of giving it away. Oops, sorry, but but I felt like they rushed that storyline in the final
Hmm.
season,
Yeah. They probably
and
ran out of money.
I also like Good Trouble. It's like the continuation of the Fosters.
No clue on either.
Yeah, it's I had discovered it either on Hulu or Netflix, one of those, the
Hmm.
Fosters, and then like some of the kid, the Callie and Mariana. They continued on with those two with Good Trouble, but now it's just Mariana because Callie left the show. But
Yeah.
Cruel Summer is another one. I keep going. I went.
I seen A Team and MacGyver, and I'm like, yeah, okay, those back then, I loved A Team and Simon back then, but they're not around anymore.
Give them time; they'll remake. They'll do remakes of it.
It won't. It just they can't.
Don't mean they won't though.
Right, they can't. It won't even be close to. Mm-mm.
Tank says I used to go fishing or hunting. Now I'm allergic to everything. Aw.
Yeah.
Zola don't have a favorite TV series. Okay. And Ashley says A Team and MacGyver. Roberta says she hasn't watched real TV in so long. I do like the BBC show Keeping Up Appearances.
Hmm.
And Chris hasn't watched TV in over 10 years. Chris says I do order shows on DVD though. Too bad Firefly was only one season. And that's one thing that's a pet peeve of mine. When you get into a show and then
And then it abruptly ends.
yeah, they don't, you know, you're like, what happens next? What happens next? You know,
Right,
at
right,
least give us some type of closure. You
right.
know, you cancel a show, give them a final season,
Mm-hmm.
or at least like, a partial, maybe not the whole season, but at least give us a little extra time to and try to wrap up storylines.
Gotta process this.
Let's see, we have Joy that joined us and also Ivy. How are y'all doing and what are y'all working on? Bree is drinking sweet tea and her current whip is Fiber Spider's peekaboo shawl.
Nice.
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 Brenda used to watch Storgate.
Hmm.
And Sydney says my favorite was NCIS New Orleans.
Oh, there you go.
Even Chris says, I'm surprised someone so young watches A-Team and MacGyver. There is still hope.
Are you kidding? What are you talking about, young Chris?
But like A-Team was on whenever I was a kid, and MacGyver.
I never even, it was funny because, everybody was like, Face. They loved Face. Face is handsome. Face, 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 face. And I'm like, no, Mr. T. He didn't like airplanes, but Mr. T was awesome.
I pity the fool.
Yeah. He was always so funny. I loved him.
Ashley says I like Stargate also. And Julia liked the series of Bones, but the series ended. Bree says loved Bones, House, and all the NCISs. Okay, next question is, what is your favorite fruit?
It'd be easier to say what I don't like, bananas. Everything else is a go.
I pretty much like all fruit except cherries and pineapple. I know I'm strange. I am quirky with foods. I really am, especially
Interesting.
vegetables. Um, but now with pineapple, like I do like pineapple juice in cooking, and I like the crushed pineapples in like especially like stir fries, like a sweet and sour that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't like pineapple. Like and I don't like the big chunks of the pineapple in dishes. It has to be like the crushed.
Crushed. I like it, but I really do love pineapple, but it makes my tongue swell. The high acid in it, it makes my tongue very not happy.
But my favorite fruit, I would go with satsumas, and I know everyone's gonna ask what a satsuma is. I always get asked that. Um, but a satsuma is basically a cross between an orange and a tangerine. They're easy to peel, but they don't have a lot of seeds.
Kind of like the Tangelos.
But you know, and that's why I like them because they're easy to peel and less seeds. Because I mean, I love like oranges, tangerines, but oranges are
Mm-hmm.
hard to peel. Tangerines usually have a ton of seeds.
Like tangerines too.
And let's see, where was I? Okay, Brenda says she also watched The Bionic Woman and $6 Million Man.
Ah.
So the responses to the fruit question: Chris says nectarine. Joy says pineapple. Ooh, Bailey says peaches. Nice, sweet mouth watering, juicy peaches. And I love peaches, but in my area, it's hard to find good peaches
Hmm.
because usually like if you get them from the grocery store, most of the time they do not taste good. And I
Yeah.
know when I lived in Homa, there was one time I found them at the farmers market, and oh, they were amazing. And Julia also says peaches. Brenda says strawberries and cantaloupe and honeydew. Oh yeah,
Oh, good
and I
mixture.
love putting strawberries in a salad.
Oh yes. I like fruit in my salad.
hmm Strawberries, blueberries,
Yes.
apples.
With a vinaigrette.
Mm-hmm. I've even done grapes before.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
think blackberries I've done. Kiwi, like strawberry kiwi.
Oh, yes. Yum. My
But
husband goes, "Why is there fruit on my salad?"
but there's a copycat Wendy's salad. Which I think I do everything, but I think they're like it has the blue cheese. I don't do the blue cheese. And oh, it is awesome. And just look up Wendy's copycat salad and look for the one with
Hmm.
like the blueberries and strawberries in it.
Right.
And Roberta says plain old apples, but I do love pink ladies best.
Those are good.
Frank loves the red delicious.
Yeah.
Ivy says cantaloupe,
Mm.
and it just jumped on me.
Split a
Um,
cantaloupe in half, take the seeds out, and put vanilla ice cream in the middle of it.
ooh.
Went to heaven right there.
Tank says strawberries too with cream. Ooh, yeah.
Yummy.
And Sid says, I love most fruits, but borderline diabetes was told to stay away from fruits.
Naturally sweet.
Zola says, no grapefruit for her. I like grapefruit though.
I do, but thyroid medicine, you can't have grapefruit.
But I also have to be in the mood for grapefruit too.
Pink grapefruit. Yummy.
And like after like I recovered from COVID, the first thing craving when I got my appetite back was chips and salsa.
Heck yeah.
Then it was grapefruit.
Well, that's quite the different.
Okay, we have Alice that joined us. Hi, Alice. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And let's see. Ashley saying my family and we watch them on Me TV. And let's see. Ashley says watermelon. Yeah, homegrown watermelons. Yeah, that's
With
yummy.
salt.
I
Mm,
never liked salt on watermelon.
really? Hmm.
I'm
I like it. Sweet and salty.
Yeah, Tank saying grapes in her salad and walnuts.
Yum.
Yeah, I don't know why that happens sometimes with lives because I know like one time I went into a live and it started me at the beginning of the live
Huh.
where they were like at the end of the live and I kept wondering why this content creator never acknowledged me while I was there and she's one that's really good about acknowledging
Right.
everybody. And I was just like, this is odd. And then something told me try refreshing. So I
Mm-hmm.
refresh it. I come back and the live's over. And I'm like, what happened? And that's when I realized it started me in the wrong place. And it had
Right.
finished whenever I had refreshed. So I was like, I was chatting in the chat, so I know it wasn't
Uh-huh.
like, an old live. Look at
Mm-hmm.
yelling outside. But and then too, like it's also best to have it on live chat too because if you have
Yeah.
top chat, that also interferes. But
Mm-hmm.
and Tank says, but only baby spinach. Yeah, baby spinach is good in salads.
Yeah. Tender.
And okay, I'm losing my place too much. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's what others are saying. Make sure it's on live chat and not top
Mm-hmm.
chat. Roberta says no grapefruit with stations either. Yeah, and Tank says she can't have grapefruit with her high blood pressure medicine.
Yeah, yeah, it's not very nice to not be able to have it.
Oh no, maybe I'm not supposed to have it. I don't know because I've never been told I can't have it, but I'm on blood pressure medicine, so but I've never had like, any like inner,
Right.
so I don't know. Ivy says I just watched a video on nachos in the air fryer. Who knew? Oh, you can do so much with an air fryer. I
Yes, you
love my
can.
air fryer.
Yeah, you can.
And let's see. Roberta says watermelon salt, the best electrolyte mixture ever.
We were working in the field eating watermelon that way, constantly sweating, that replenishes what you're losing.
Okay. So the next question I have is what is your favorite vegetable?
Again, I said like Carolina Reaper, but that's a fruit. Um, it's easier for me to say I don't like eggplant. Everything else is a go.
I like eggplant. And the funny thing with me is, like most of my life, I was,
Hmm.
and I still am picky about vegetables, but I was extremely picky. It was like I only seemed to eat raw vegetables. The only
Yum.
cooked vegetable I would eat was corn. Um, but then, as I got older, I started thinking some of these vegetables I turn my nose up and I never really have had. So I started getting
Right.
adventurous and I'm still picky about the texture. Like
Hmm.
I like them cooked certain ways and not other
Right.
ways.
Right.
Um but I would have to go with butternut squash.
Yum.
I like cutting it up like kind of like french fries and baking them.
Yum. I love squash.
And I love doing like other vegetables as
Hmm.
like French fries.
Yeah, I do butternut squash, uh, candied pecans, cranberries, sausage, a little bit of molasses and brown sugar, and toss it and bake it in the oven. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Oh, yummy.
But it's like I tend not to like mushy vegetables where usually if it's cooked I like it like sauteed like
Yeah,
in a dish or like the baked French fries type thing.
something with crunch.
And I don't care for steamed vegetables. And like and kind of like with like stews and stuff, you know how most people put like carrots and potatoes in their stews?
Hmm.
I was always like plain stew. Now I
Just me.
will now I will do carrots, but I gotta like I like them cut up small and like kind of like saute them.
Uh-huh.
I know I'm weird.
Potatoes, celery, carrots, onion, all that stuff goes in the stock pot.
And it's funny how I am. And like canned vegetables, the only canned vegetable I'll eat is corn. I don't like canned vegetables.
I'm not a
Oh,
fan of it either.
I don't like all the stuff that they add to it.
Right. The sodium, the amount of sodium. I mean, it's preservation, and I get it, but the amount of sodium.
But it's
Open the
funny
door.
how they some of those things they don't have to use as much sodium.
Right.
What they do. But let's see.
I like my own canned vegetables.
But normally with vegetables, I either like them fresh or frozen.
Yeah.
Okay. And one thing I do want to mention to those of y'all that are content creators, I have Nightbot set up where if you type the word drop in the chat, it will automatically drop your channel link. So that's another way that you can have your channel links dropped. I mean, I normally have a moderator around, but every now and then, some.
We hide from her.
I mean, it's rare, but there are occasions where there isn't always a moderator around.
Right.
Okay, let's see. Chris says artichoke. Roberta says squash. Oh, have y'all ever had the I may not be quite saying it right, the delicata squash? Those are good. But I only found them at like the grocery store like 1 year, and I haven't been able to find them since. Walmart loves doing that. and and we don't have like, for grocery stores we have Walmart, which is actually the better place to get groceries typically.
Yeah.
So that speaks volumes. Then Super One and Champagnes, and those are smaller stores, especially Champagnes. And Champagnes is overpriced. Julia says Brussels sprouts.
Yum.
Brenda says broccoli and cauliflower.
Yum.
Bree says broccoli.
Good stuff.
Colleen says zucchini. Bailey says Brussels sprouts, corn on the cob. Ooh yeah, corn on the cob. Spinach and or kale salads with a balsamic vinegar dressing and cranberries and seeds and fruit. Yeah, nuts
Nice.
are good on a salad.
Mm-hmm. And in
Roberta
bread.
Roberta says I was going to say zucchini, but I like all squash.
Mm-hmm.
Zola says I'm not a big vegetable lover, but eat it because it's good for us. Ooh, Ashley says I like zucchini blueberry bread.
Ooh.
Uh,
Yum.
Brent, for some reason my chat keeps jumping today. Sorry about that, y'all. Roberta says zucchini and crook neck casserole.
Mm.
Tank says she can't think of one she don't like. Joy says any vegetable with cheese or dip. Tank says sweet potato fries, well baked. Oh yeah, sweet potato fries are good. And like when I do fries, I always bake my fries or like air fry them.
Right.
Sid says I love most of my veggies, but eggplant. Brussels sprouts are out.
I like Brussels sprouts.
Tank says I love baked cauliflower in the Ninja Foodie.
Nice.
Bree says I love fresh green beans sauteed with garlic and mushrooms.
Yum.
Oh, and Tank says they had a big batch of collard greens last night.
Oh, yum.
Roberta says I use eggplant as a meat replacement in lasagna. Yeah, because and you can also replace the noodles for eggplant too, or zucchini. You can do zucchini too.
Zucchini, yes. Eggplant, no. It tastes like I picked up a handful of dirt and chunked it in my mouth. No matter how it's cooked or who's cooked it, I mean, my ex husband's mom, Sicilian Italian, and they were like awesome, awesome with Italian food. I try it every time. It tastes like I did. I eat and just pick up dirt and start eating it. Yuck. Don't like eggplant.
I'm trying to remember what I had said that Tank don't seem to like. Chris says, give baba ganoush a try if you don't like eggplant. It might change your mind if you can find it in a Mediterranean restaurant. I make it at home.
Hmm. I was
Oh,
told the little eggplant, the Asian eggplant, tasted better too.
I think I know what Tank was referring to, the Nightbot code to drop the channel links. Yeah, it's like sometimes I think of it, and then other times I'm not thinking about it. It's like I try to mention it on my lives, but sometimes I
Right.
forget or I don't think about it until later in the live. And let's see. Ooh, Tank says I love plantains. Oh yeah, those are good. And we have Sanita that joined us.
Hello, Sanita.
How are you doing today, Sanita? And what are you working on? We're making her hungry.
Hopefully she's working on feeling better.
Yeah, I hope you feel better, Sanita. Okay, so the next question is, what was your favorite subject in school?
End of day bell.
Sleeping.
See ya. Art class, really. I mean, honestly, art class. Anything that I could be hands-on with.
Yeah, talk about sleeping. Like, like sometimes I was bad for sleeping in class, and like I
Hmm.
had a classmate that was like, "You're always sleeping. How do you get like A's and B's when you're sleeping?"
Well, overachiever when I'm awake.
But a lot of times, like, well, whenever I would sleep in class, it was more because I was working at the time,
Hmm.
so I'd
Right.
I'd work the night before, and then I'd be at school, and I was taught nap time.
Right.
And
I was always where I wasn't supposed to be. I should have been in English and I was in ROTC, and the principal would be like, you need to get to ROTC, you need to get to class. And it's like, well, technically.
one thing is, a lot of times, certain classes they would tell you exactly what was on the test. So
Yeah.
so it was kind of like, they made it they made it easy. So it was just like,
Right.
okay, as long as I know it's on the study guide, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But for me, I always loved math. Um, I love English too. And like whenever I was going to the technical school, I loved accounting. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I like numbers. But the only bad thing is that like the account like well the first accounting class there was the teacher was good, but the other accounting classes the teacher didn't really teach. He told you what was on the test,
I,
and
yeah.
whenever it came to like the accounting problems on the test,
Mm-hmm.
he just changed the numbers, so you couldn't memorize the actual answer, but as long
Mm-hmm.
as you knew how the equation worked,
Right.
you were fine. But yeah. Let's see. Melanie says, I've been lurking while running the Thistle Crosswave. Chris said recess was his favorite. I remember in elementary school, the concession stand with the popsicle and the sweet tarts, and then later on they started having the pickles.
Gee,
I had to
didn't
have my
have
pickle at
that.
recess. Joy says lunch. Julia and Brenda both say history. Colleen says English writing.
Nice.
Melanie says spelling. Oh, now like early on, I was good at spelling, but then I started not being. It's like I don't know. I didn't put as much importance on spelling, and like especially nowadays, it's like normally spell check catches most things. So
Right. Most. Or they change what I'm trying to write.
well, normally, like usually if they don't catch it, it's because you typed another word. But
Hmm. Not my phone. My phone does not understand.
sometimes autocorrect is frustrating.
Very
Actually, a lot
annoying.
of times. And Melanie also likes health, OCC, home ec, sleeping.
Yep.
Bree says math until it came to geometry. I was the
Right?
same way.
Yep.
I did not do good in geometry. Um, there was something about geometry I couldn't grasp my mind around.
I was good until they started taking the alphabet and putting it with letter or with the numbers in the math. And it was like, no, 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 no. Separate them.
And what was funny was like, I was not good at geometry, and like I either couldn't figure out how to do my homework or I forgot to do my homework, and we would copy each other's homework, and I think my teacher knew that I was copying because he would come around and he would see, and he kind of would make a remark, but I think he saw that because like I wasn't doing that, as well on my test and all that
Right.
I was copying. And oh, and speaking of copying, I have a funny story about that. Um, in junior high, you know, I learned that a lot of times when I was doing my homework that I would just like make up stuff. Like, because normally the teacher would just go by and just make sure that it looked like you had your homework done. They weren't actually reading your answers.
Right.
So like I would put down like ridiculous answers. So one day one of my friends didn't do her homework for English. I think it was English class. But so she starts and she's like, your answers are crazy. And I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. They don't check. The teacher's not going to check. So, so, okay, my homework gets marked off as fine. Hers, the teacher commented, these are the most ridiculous answers. But it's
Whoops.
funny, the teacher never noticed that I had the same answers.
Hmm.
But I
That's
think what
funny.
it was that like, the teacher liked me more, and the teacher kind of had a,
Right.
for my friend. So I think that's why she noticed it on her. But yeah,
Poor
it's like,
girl.
yeah, it's like, you didn't notice that she copied off of me.
Then it's like, what do you do? Do you just, or do you say
I,
something?
I felt so bad, but I never thought that like the teacher would have caught.
That's too
Because
funny.
and that was another thing I used to do too. Sometimes if I forgot to do my homework, I would open my notebook to an old assignment, and the teacher,
Hmm.
my teachers wouldn't catch it.
Oh
But
my gosh.
I tended to be teacher's pet a lot, so I think that's why I got away with it.
I was not. Only one teacher, the in-school suspension teacher.
Don't don't do like Connie. But the thing was I didn't want not doing my homework to affect my grade because you got a homework grade. So
Right. Yeah, you don't want didn't want that.
let's see, we have Crystal with Divergent Crafter here. Hi Crystal, how are you doing today? And what are you working on? Oh, I gotta tell you what my brother would do in school. He used to work, at a grocery store in the produce section. So he would get like stickers that said like fresh and ripe and stuff like that. And he would like put it on like, this the desk, and people would sit. And next thing you know, they were showing off a new sticker on the.
On their butt. That sounds like the crowd that I was hanging with.
Let's see. Ashley says the school I went to is called the Minnesota State Academy for the Blind, and I liked all the things that I did. That's awesome.
Nice.
And let's see. Bailey says English was my fave, and then geography. Hated math, but was a bookkeeper for years. Go figure. Melanie says when I started working, my grades dropped. Started working at 13. Ashley says I even got to do crafts for one of the classes. Julia says history and junior or OTC. For some reason, that did not want to come out. Roberta says I had a math teacher tell me I was so bad I'd never even balance a checkbook. I was a bookkeeper for years. Bree says yes, loved OTC.
Hmm.
Roberta says um she says civics she thinks was her favorite. Sid says, my cousin and I skipped school in junior high and went to the elementary school and helped with the little kids. Oh, that's awesome. And Melanie says, I would win the spelling bees and my teacher would let me finish my whole spelling book for the year. But yeah, when it came to spelling, like whenever I was going to college and like English 101, usually that's where like my spelling was usually what would get me sometimes, and not enough detail.
Hmm.
That's where, but the irony is that like the major stuff I had down. Um, because like major grammatical mistakes.
Hmm.
Like I think if you had two, like you failed the paper.
Hmm.
So that was one thing that I was good at. But I know the first time in English 101, whenever I got like the first day they made you write a paper in class, and I think I got a C on it. And I was freaking out. Oh, if I got this on the first, class, how am I going to get through? But that was the worst grade I made in the class. But I mean, I signed up for tutoring. Sid didn't like algebra. Roberta says that now you use geometry without even realizing it.
You
That is
do.
true, but there are things that I do struggle with because it's geometry.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Okay, you have a good day, Roberta. Crystal says she never got away with squat in school.
Really?
And Crystal says that one of her teachers, Mr. Hancock, loved her. Now I'm trying to figure out what ISS is.
In school suspension.
Oh,
My in school suspension teacher, the year before, when I visit him so much, the next year he was my geography teacher. And that year I had went on a trip from Florida to Seattle and back, all the national parks and everything. So I did a report and he said, you don't have to do anything the rest of the year. Okay.
I did get cafeteria duty one time.
Oh, shame on you.
Okay, I was a goody two shoes. Okay, so so when people saw that I had cafeteria duty, like people were like shocked.
I
and
imagine.
and it was all because there was this guy that he would do things to aggravate me. So I
Mm-hmm.
got frustrated. And me and one of my friends started writing him kind of like these letters that, like, flirtatious type letters.
Oh,
And the funny thing is, my friend was the one that was basically feeding me the information.
oh, gee.
But whenever we got called to the principal's office, my friend didn't get into trouble because the guy that got the letters put
Mm-hmm.
basically attacked me on it.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
But like, he was really doing stuff which I'm just gonna say he was pinching a certain part of me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying not to go into too much detail, and it was like, and I got frustrated, so I kind of,
Right. Yeah,
but oh, I
with
was
all due
scared.
reason.
I was scared because I didn't know if I was going to get like suspended. I did not want my parents to find out, which luckily that
Oh,
didn't happen. But yeah, it's like I try to keep things clean. That's where I kind of didn't want to like go too much into it. But
right.
ooh, the school even has an indoor heated swimming pool. Ooh, sweet.
That's nice.
And it is.
That's nice.
Zola says I enjoy stenography in high school and still use it to this day.
Hmm.
Awesome. Okay. So I am caught up on the chat. So I'm going to share with y'all some free patterns that I found on Ravelry. Um, they're all free, and I'll have the links for the patterns in the description box of today's live. And then after that, we're going to start wrapping things up. Okay, so let me get to my share screen. Oh, and today it's summer tops. So this is called Kanata Kerchief Tank by Jennifer Ozis. And on today's patterns, I'm probably going to be mispronouncing a lot of the words, so just bear with me. But look at how cute that is.
I love that.
And I like the colors on this one. And here's another variety that they did.
Swing tops.
And this one too.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what patterns should I do today? And I was like, I haven't done wearables. So I was like, that'll be something different. Okay.
Yeah.
This one is called Daisy Tea. by Yay for Yarn Patterns.
Hmm.
And I like that little design. It looks kind of like a flower.
Is that knit or crochet?
These are all crochet
Okay.
patterns.
Okay.
And here's another picture of it.
It's pretty.
And the one I'm about to show, I really like this one. This is called Morley Lace Top by Nicole Chase. And
Oh,
I
that
like
is
how
pretty.
the top part is.
Mm-hmm.
And here's another picture. And here it is with two different colors.
I like that.
Let y'all see a few more.
That burgundy and white was classy looking.
hmm I like how they did it, like the two colors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the next one is the Irwina blouse by I Need It Crochet.
Hmm.
And look at how nice this shirt is.
Yeah.
And we have one more after this one. Well, one more, I mean. And this one is Canyonlands Boho Top by Just Capon. Some of these names, it's like I have no clue how to say them.
I know.
Let's see. There's one.
That's nice. Looks
Okay.
fairly simple.
So those are the patterns I shared today. And like I said, all the links for these patterns are in the description box of today's live. And they are all free patterns. And they're all crochet. Let's see. I
Very
think I saw
nice.
a couple of comments that I want to read before we wrap things up. Bree says, I got suspended one time for protecting a girl from a bully, and my family asked what happened. And it wasn't a big deal after I said what happened.
Yep.
There was one time that there was this girl that lived across the street from me that was always mean to me. And one day
Mm-hmm.
I got mad and I kicked her with my skate. And it's like right after I did it, I was like, what did I just do? And so I go tell my mom what happened. I'm figuring I'm going to get like, in serious trouble. But
Mm-hmm.
my mom actually understood because, she saw why I did what I did, you
Right.
know, which I mean, it still didn't make it right, but that's the only time I've ever done something like that.
You bad girl.
I know. And Crystal says my mom was on first name basis with all the principals and their superintendent of the school system due to me.
Yep.
Ashley says on Tuesdays and Thursdays we would get to go swimming for gym class. Nice.
Nice.
Sid says I passed on D's and E's, which are F's now, all through elementary school. In junior high, I was a B student until they started algebra. I didn't do it in my old school, so I left the room not to get kicked out. See, with math, I actually skipped eighth grade math,
Hmm.
and started with algebra one.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they did it. Like when you were in honors math, like
Yeah.
you skipped eighth grade and went straight to algebra one, which was harder than the regular algebra class. But I was kind of like in between because I struggled with honors.
Mm-hmm.
So I was glad whenever like they put me in the regular, like for algebra 2 they put me in the regular class instead of honors. I was so happy because you know I was fine with the regular.
Right. I was bored most of the time. Just bored.
Okay, I think I pretty much have everything with the chat. So, do you have anything you would like to say before we leave today, Spring?
I just want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with Miss Connie and I and chit chatting and having a good old time here. Thank you for having me, Miss Connie.
You're welcome, and thank you for coming live with me. I enjoyed having you, and thank you everyone that came today to join in on today's live. I enjoyed chatting with all of y'all, and um, and thank y'all so much for watching. And I also want to thank those that will be watching a replay. And if you do watch the replay, leave a comment, let us know, and feel free to answer some of the questions that we asked on today's live. And so that's all I have for y'all today. So I hope y'all have a fabulous journey day. Be the light and bye.
Bye.